Slack now. Now then, boy. Come on now, boy. Let's have you. You'll be all right in a few minutes, won't you, eh? Come on now then, fella. Get this round your body, and then you'll be all right, eh?
Stray dogs are taken by the police to the dog's home. They stay there for 7 days. If nobody claims them, they're sold. If nobody buys them, they're killed. I don't know what's going to happen to me. When I was apprehended, I was in the act of trying to start a revolution. And if I had the chance, I'd try again. When I say I'm a rebel, I mean it. I wasn't always a problem dog. When I was young, I was ordinary, in the open, on a farm, helping my master and hoping he'd pat me. Life was just a matter of smells and exercise, and I loved it. If I'd been cleverer, I'd have seen what he was up to, but I didn't. By the time I'd come to my senses, he'd ripped up the old floorboards, dug a hole in the field for a septic tank, run water pipes to every room, and destroyed the full, rich flavour of a farm he didn't understand. And I, to my shame, helped him.
Sit, Sam, sit. 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 Good dog.
I must have been infatuated. I think his wife had something to do with it. She was anti-dog, and she dragged him with her. The smell of new paint was enough to turn your stomach. Nobody was allowed inside with dirty feet, and I never got the knack of wiping mine. Now, I'm not against water, in moderation. But when a man gets obsessed with this stuff, he's got to be watched.
Papa's went in the car, yes?
So I watched him. There was something very nasty in the wind.
Can you see them, Charles? Would you like that one? Do you want to go and show Mama? Come on. Don't drop him. Don't drop him. Careful, don't drop him.
I know the arguments. There's a population explosion. Somebody has to go. But a dog isn't to blame if he says it looks like murder. And to me, it did. That sort of man will stop at nothing to keep things tidy. Now, nothing surprises me, but in those days, I was more of an innocent and sat on a rock and wept. Looking back, it was all good experience. It put me on the alert so that when he committed his next atrocity, I wouldn't be taken by surprise.
Finished product that you want.
I'd like it like that, yes. The WC there, which is an outside wall, the wash bowl there, and the bidet. Do you have a, is that what you call it?
Yeah, that's right.
Right, well, now that's what that's how I saw it.
And this one's an outside wall.
No, that's not,
No,
no, that's inside
just a
wall.
side.
This side here, down here, that's window, you see. That's all outside wall, nothing else outside, I'm afraid. Now, you'd want to come and see it, I expect.
If we can.
Oh, well, yes, come on. It's up here, of course. That's loose, right. Loose. Don't pull it. Now, let me show you here. Now, it's going to be L-shaped. The one side is coming in here, and the other up to where you're standing there, going across to the wall there. Now, the bath across there, the WC...
In a flash, I saw the danger. Once he gets his bathroom with hot water and his central heating and his bidet, there'll be nothing to stop his mania for cleanliness, and he'll be able to drown his dogs in comfort, or his children, for that matter.
Is that one... That's the outside wall, is it?
No, this is the outside
That's the
wall.
only outside wall.
That's the only outside wall. That's into the barn. You think it can be done?
Oh, yeah.
I became a saboteur.
To the other side of this one?
Well, it's going to be a bedroom.
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 Looking back on it, tearing up a few plans is a feeble sort of protest, but I thought it might bring him to his senses. Instead of that, it brought me to mine. He was out of control. There was nothing I could do to stop him. So I left. Let me explain my position. For a healthy life, a dog needs good smells and comfort. He likes growth, he likes decay. He's what you call natural. Now, man's natural, too. I've even seen one of them rolling in the grass. But between the ages of 20 and 60, something seems to happen to them, and they can't bear to be reminded that they're dogs at heart. So they compensate by scrubbing themselves and their houses, and whenever they see something natural, they try and kill it. It's only fear, I know, but fear can drive a man to terrible extremes. And as a self-respecting dog, I knew that day that unless I could find people who were dogs at heart and proud of it, I was finished. Because a dog needs a man, and that's his problem. I was trying to work out the best way to start when I came across this bus. Delivering more baths, I thought. So I stopped to watch them unload. But no, it wasn't baths. No sooner were they out in the open than they broke away from their keeper and made for the undergrowth. She, of course, was a woman between 20 and 60 carrying a whistle.
See! You! Come on! Now we're going to do bark rubbings. Who knows what they are? We've done them before. Yes, Janet.
Well, you get a piece of paper, you put it on the tree and you rub it on the tree, and when you take it off, there's a pattern of what the tree is, and you lift it off, and there's
There's a tree underneath, the bark rubbing underneath. And that's
pattern.
called a bark rub. Now, we've all done it before, haven't you? You all know what you're going to do.
Yes.
Now then, Janet will give out all the papers. Put your names on your papers, because we want to use them when we get back to school. Have you heard everything I've said? I don't believe it. All right?
Yes, miss.
Well, Janet, give out the papers now, quickly. Sandra will have the pencils. Sandra, give out the pencils. Find a nice, interesting tree. Don't forget your names on your papers.
I felt certain that their native animal intelligence would not allow them to rub the bark of a tree with a crayon. Smell it, tear it, scratch your back with it, by all means, but not patterns on paper. Or was the idea to keep their hands clean? It says a lot for the power of education that you can put natural animals in natural surroundings and make them devote all their energy to a bit of paper. If I'd been easily depressed, I'd have given up on the spot, but I'm not that sort of animal. I decided to appeal to the dog in them.
silly twit.
They responded, and together we destroyed a bark rubbing. Those youngsters had great natural gifts as dogs. They just proved it. But they couldn't stand up to a 20 to 60-year-old with glasses and a whistle.
Where's all these happening?
They've been climbing trees and doing the bark rubbings and jumping off the water.
Yeah, look at her, I thought. Once, a long time ago, she was under 20. Perhaps there's a little bit of animal curled up inside her, waiting to come out and bark.
And they've been playing with a dog, miss.
Dog? Now, I don't want to spoil your fun, but this is work time, not playtime. Now, you do not run after strays, because you do not know where they've been. Now, do you understand that?
Yes, miss.
That's why she blows her whistle. If she didn't, she'd have to join in the fun, and then there'd be no holding her. What we need is a universal undergrowth movement to spread the word among the 20 to 60-year-olds that they don't know what they're missing. I would go to that school and appeal to the keeper with the glasses, and through her save a whole generation, and through that generation a whole race. It was a great demonstration of high spirits in captivity, but this time I was more guarded. It's very easy to be misled by playground high spirits. You get an impression of single-minded dogginess, but it's not the real thing. Even the wild ones keep one ear cocked for further instructions, and the gentle ones keep two. If you want to get anywhere in a school setup, you do it through the keepers, or not at all. Of course, the youngsters themselves didn't know about the change in me. They thought I'd come for another quarter of an hour's knees up, and I played along with them and let them smuggle me in. The readiness of the children to stop play surprised me less this time. They'd been conditioned by the whistle and the bell as part of their indoctrination. But if my afternoon's work was successful, I would throw that teaching into reverse, and the whistles would be used to play tunes on, and the bells to express joy.
Come along. Out, guys. Out. Good boy. Out. Out.
The keeper with the bell misunderstood my intentions. I'd return to her later. My mind was on the one with the whistle.
Lift up. Come on. This way. Good. Start by calling your numbers.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8.
Where's Stephen?
He crashed.
not to see Mr. Fairhurst. I want absolute silence from everybody whilst I'm out. Do you understand? Yes. Good. Books out then. Quietly, quietly. Now I'm off. Leave the door open. I want everybody sitting still. I might ask you what it's about when I come back. All right? Good. Remember, I've eyes in the back of my head.
The silence impressed me. Forced reading and the allocation to each child of a form of stocks to keep the legs still. What a day it would be when all the desks were burnt and knees became free to rise and fall and get grazed and sunburnt at will. The pattern was the same as in the woods. They rioted carefully. But I was only marginally interested. I awaited the big confrontation.
Now, everybody look at the board, and I'm going to draw something on. Now, I want you to tell me what it is. All look carefully. Who can tell me what it is? Philip?
A tree.
A tree. An ash tree? Well, it could be an ash tree. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take our bark rubbings that we've already done, cut them out.
I had all the backing I needed.
And paste them onto this tree.
They were willing me to succeed.
What we're going to call the tree, because there'll be all sorts of different sorts of barks on the tree, won't there? And then when we've stuck all the bark on the tree, we'll go back to Whitton Park, collect a few leaves perhaps, and stick them on and complete the tree. Who brought that in?
I was a fool to expect it. She was too afraid to respond.
Take it out immediately.
Go on, go on, go on. Go on.
To see them walking in step and towing the line, nobody would think they had any dog in them.
You're animal mad, the lot of you.
I hung around in case they changed their minds, but they didn't. Now, if there's a bit of dog in everybody, and nobody dares show it, life must be a real strain. I mean, what's going to happen to them? And to me? I didn't know whether to lose my temper or sit down and cry. I walked the city. The pavements were concrete and laid out by geometry, and the people on them wore shoes. Now think about those feet. They were created for a purpose. Tough, prehensile, jointed claws. And what have they become inside all that dead leather and plastic? Little pink pads, and the owners are ashamed of them. The shops were behind plate glass, and the food was tinned, deep frozen, or sealed in plastic bags. Now I know food. It's rich and unusual, and you tell it by its taste and its smell. But I defy any dog to recognize this stuff. It's sterilized, regularized, factory-produced belly fodder. And the parks. Now, with a touch of neglect, this place could be paradise. But they won't leave it alone. I mean, who needs steps in the side of a hill? I'm surprised they don't have escalators. And they make geometric clearings for flower beds and do their planting with a tape measure. Now, nature's wild. That means riot, irregularity, disturbance. But try and be natural in a park, and what happens? One of their gauleiters puts his foot down, and you can't shake him off.
Five laws and regulations for the government of the Corporation Park. Regulation number 7. No person shall take a dog into the park or have the same there, unless the dog be fastened to or led by a string, chain or other check.
I took to the hills. They were architect designed and laid out in squares leading to enormous vertical blocks of masonry. The lawns were shaved to a stubble, and in a tarmac clearing, some child care officer had let herself go in a riot of metal tubing, and children and dogs were actually trying to enjoy themselves. You'd need a lot of imagination to design a thing like this, but none at all to play in it. Once you've climbed up and slid down and swung a bit, there's nothing else to do, so you give up and sit, which may be the intention. And I dare say, if somebody burst out and did something really hazardous and original, they'd install safety belts. I was at my wit's end. What strength of character and cunning you'd need to live a genuine dog's life in a place like this.
Hello! Hello! Hello, dog! Wait there! I've got something for you.
If I'd thought twice, I'd never have done it. But it was a friendly voice, and it was a long time since anybody had petted me. I responded, and the nightmare began. My first approach led nowhere, except out again. Luckily for me, the emergency stairs were used as a shortcut to, of course, the communal laundry. I was so relieved to be on the move that I didn't hear the slam of the doors behind me. I didn't know at this stage that all flat dwellers are compulsive slammers. There were odd smells, but nothing definite to home on, and certainly nothing that seemed to belong to a woman who'd said, "Hello, dog," from the 13th floor. After 4 spirals, I began to wonder if I'd fallen into a dog trap. Perhaps the woman on floor 13 was a decoy. She got you in, the door slammed, you lost your way, and when you were on the point of exhaustion, they finish you off with a whiff of carbolic. I might have spent a lifetime treadmilling up and down those stairs if it hadn't been for a faulty door spring and I broke onto a landing. One more door behind me. Whether it's the rarefied air, the effect of the cleanliness, or fatigue, it's impossible to say, but by this time I'd lost all my animal discretion, and when I saw an open door, I used it. Compulsively. The last door slammed. Between me and the world outside, there were 6 doors on springs, a mile of staircase, and a lift that didn't come when you called. And I was surrounded by flowers without smell, leaves without sap, and trees with no backsides to them.
I don't believe you.
And Charlotte said, oh, we're having a lovely time. Anyway, we started off and we thought we'd come back over Sladeburn Moors, you know.
As perverse and deadly as bark rubbings, they had the effect of leading me to temporary insanity. I decided to take my life in my hands and jump.
And we got up onto Sladeburn Moors and it caught
Once they'd established I was real, they gave me salami and a bowl of martini. The immediate nightmare was over, but not the long-term nightmare. When everything was vertical and cleanly, who'd dare to be a dog? I was desperate for comfort.
Go on, clear off, get out.
Another party, this time with men in blazers and moustaches talking about their new cars. Not a sympathizer in sight. And here I am, I thought, a one-eyed dog in the country of the blind, and nobody believes what I'm telling them. The smells I like are in derelict houses. The people I like have been rounded up and deported. And not one of them has had the nerve to barricade himself in and stay put. But I swallowed my bitterness. Perhaps one of them had been overlooked and was holding out in a cellar. Old enough to have forgotten his education, wise enough to live in an old house, not obsessed with cleanliness and new floorboards. My spirits rose. Two derelict dogs could settle down together. I'd lick his hand, and we'd lie low and live a quiet life and hope they'd overlook us.
Morning, John. Hello, John. You're all right now? You ready for going up there?
Well, ready, yes.
And you've got the gas fixed up. We're all right.
Up yonder?
Yes, and we'll see you up there. But in the meantime, we'll
Well,
go up to Albert's. You can go and sit in Albert's.
Of course, they cannot do anything till they get the oven up there.
No, well, we'll get the oven up for you. Don't worry about the oven.
Well, of course, that'll have to go for
you
these.
you come and sit in Albert's. You can sit down in Albert's.
All right, I'm sitting down here anyway.
Well, come along to Albert's.
I won't be going in there.
Come
I'm
on.
all right here, and I'm all right here.
No, but if you want to move your things
Yeah,
down, you
well, I'm all right. When I want to move, I'll have a walk around.
But no, the housing department is nothing if not thorough.
Oh, you're all right. You're all right. Don't worry. Bring your cat as well, John. We'll go up and see Albert. We'll have a talk to Albert. Sit in the shop there.
Oh, I know, the housing department's full of kind people. They work hard, they're sincere and warm and persuasive. That's what makes them so deadly.
The Albert's waiting for you, yeah? Is that it? Here. Aye, come and sit you down a minute. Come on.
Are you all right, now?
Come on and be seated. Come on. Come on, John. Sit you down. Right, John. Here's your key.
Have you been up?
Now, we've got all the stuff in now.
Is there coal and...
There's your coal, yes. Yes.
That old bin?
Yes, we're putting the bin in, we're putting the coal in, and we're putting the cooker on.
Well, it's going to be a chair's job, is that? That's
And you'll be all right tomorrow.
Well,
And I'll ring the gas board up and see that you get your meter upstairs. Then you won't have to go down into that cellar.
well, I'm not able to be coming down.
No, well, you're not going to go down the cellar.
downstairs.
Don't worry about that.
No.
You're not going to go down that cellar. We're going to have that meter upstairs, and then you can put your coins in. All right, John?
Yes.
Well, okay. Very good.
He was the last of the breed and on the point of surrender. I hoped that just by noticing I was there supporting him, he'd make one last-minute stand.
The idea, John, of moving.
Oh,
Not so good.
I wouldn't like it every day.
Rotten job. It is,
I wouldn't like it every day.
Yeah. How long have you been there, John?
I've been there 1940.
Since 1940, I
Well,
don't think you were moving yet, are you?
not for about 3
Well,
years. So they
no.
say. Of course,
Yeah.
they say there's no too
We'll have to get
possible. I don't know.
We'll have to get known with somebody.
But they'll have to send me somewhere, won't they?
Of course, it's been in that house how long?
I've
40
been-
years?
I've been in that house since 1914 now, born across road.
Oh, you've been in
And I watched
40
them
years.
knock it down last July.
Yeah.
A good big fire grate here, and
You tune up the fire grate in the central heating job.
I kind of 6 central heating.
No, you tune up the old-fashioned fire. Well, it's got to be.
The old-fashioned fire.
It is.
But I never get a fireplace against them and them leaving.
Now, whether he saw me and pretended he didn't or just didn't see me, I can't say. But he thanked the housing man and let them give him a lift to his new quarters. And I was there all the time, waiting for the signal that never came. He'd let me down. There was even more to come. Not content with driving him off in a van to his new house, they wiped out all trace of him so that no future dog could ever have the comfort of that good, rich, decaying smell. There were 2 reasons for what I did then. One was unselfish. I couldn't believe this was the world they actually wanted. They were sleepwalking. They needed a dog to wake them up, and I was the dog to do it. The other was selfish. I was a dog, I'd always been a dog, would stay a dog, and I wanted permission to live. If there was justice anywhere, I'd get it. As soon as I heard that klaxon, I knew it was all over. They thought I was a dog in distress, without for a second understanding the enormity of my protest. If I was going to be got down from that roof, I'd prefer to be shot down by a firing squad. They treated me gently. There was no way through his silver braiding and kind heart to the remnant of dog in him. I hadn't the heart to bite him. I was in a trap.
Quietly.
Good dog.
Do you understand?
Wait there! You're it told me clipboard up!
And here I am, in custody. The authorities hope I'll be claimed. If I'm not claimed, they hope somebody will buy me. But I shan't have any of that. No tinned meat and worm powders for me. No party tricks and lovability, and isn't he a puppet, and does he bite? I'm going to be a martyr. And don't feel sorry for me and ring up the dogs home. I'm not the sort of dog that can be bought.